People aren't listening to what those needs are. My name is LeBauer. I am a physical therapist. I own 100% cash practice in Greensboro. We are out of network. We contract directly with our patients, not insurance companies. Years ago, as I was growing my business, I was trying to find the right systems, the right strategies, the marketing strategies. I did what everyone told me I should be doing. I did what everyone told me how to go market your practice, go market to physicians, get on insurance panels, do these other things, etc. Like get print ads in magazines, sponsor the football, stadium, for the local high school. What else? Etc. But that stuff doesn't work, right? Especially marketing to physicians. It didn't work, because their patients are paying them a copay. So why are they going to come pay me, the technician, more than they paid Dr. God, right? If you've had that problem where a patient was like, why am I going to come see you and see you 8 times when I had to see my surgeon only once? And that became a problem, whether it was a price or an authority thing. Like, have you ever had that problem? Because I experienced that problem a lot. I used to experience it a ton when I was trying to rely on those strategies for marketing. Like, have you ever had the problem where the prescription was for 3 days a week for 12 weeks and you saw the person and you were like, but I only need to see you once a week to get this result. And they're like, yeah, but my doctor says I need X, Y, and Z. If that's happening to you, they see you as a technician, not as the doctor and not as the decision maker or healthcare provider who's a primary care provider like you are. So look, I tried to go learn these strategies, but I could never find a conference that was teaching me the strategies that I needed to learn to make my cash practice successful. I've never found a conference where I could justify the expense of going to it, to find the other people like me, to, learn the things that didn't apply. Why would I go and learn things that didn't apply to my business and take time away from my business and generating revenue and helping patients when all I'm going to do is go somewhere that wasn't going to teach me what I needed to learn? They don't listen, right? And they don't really care what you learn. They want you to come to the event just because of the event for the event's sake. If they're letting their ego get in the way, then it's too big and they're not listening to you and what you need, right? Because you have very specific needs for your business, and a lot of times people aren't listening to what those needs are. If they're letting the corporations and big money interests drive the direction of where they're going, they're not paying attention to you, the private practice owner, or even the small business owner. And so if they can't listen and they're not listening, they can't teach you relevant marketing strategies that are working now in 2020. What they're going to teach you is what worked 10, 15, 20 years ago. But guess what? We got this thing called the internet and Instagram and Facebook Live and YouTube and your blog and search engine optimization. And patients have a choice. And in order to get patients to choose you, you cannot rely on someone else to send them to you. They don't understand what you're going through. And a lot of times you probably felt treated like an outsider. Like you're not in the club, right? You're not part of the team. You don't know what's going on. You're not familiar. You haven't been before. And when you show up, you're like, you know what? I don't really know what to say to these people. Because they look like me, but they don't talk like me, and they're not talking about problems I have. All the things are about these bigger problems, like succession planning, and I don't know, like what are the other boring things that we discuss? I can't remember. What are those things? I don't even remember because I look at the menu of the educational session to be offered. I'm like, that ain't going to help my business, right? So boring, I can't remember. Yeah, that's basically it. Like in the times that I did go, I struggled to justify going And then I left going like, I didn't learn anything about my business, but I met some cool people. Okay, I met a couple cool people. So wake up. I want you to understand now is not the time for scarcity. Okay, now is not the time. That means now is not the time to think like, I can't invest. I can't grow my business. There's not enough patients. The chiropractor's getting too many. The orthopedic surgeon's not referring them to me. There are too many people out there that need your skill, your healing touch. There are too many people out there that are getting the wrong information, that are getting misinformation. There's too much noise, right? We need to rise above the noise and become experts and influencers in our community and in the nation and in the world, right? And teach people that they need to get PT first. Right now is your moment in the beginning of 2020 to take control of your destiny, your business and financial success, and the outcome that you want for yourself. This is your time to do it. You're not alone, and it's not your fault that you got this far and felt alone or felt like there was no opportunity, because that's what's right. That's what they want. They don't want you to have opportunity because they want it themselves, because they're living in scarcity. And when other people you are supposed to be learning from come from a place of scarcity, it feels like that's really the truth, right? But there is not scarcity. Scarcity means there's only one pie, there's only so many patients, and we're all fighting for the same people. But what abundance means is that there are plenty of people out there with back pain. What 80% of people are going to experience back pain in their life in America, right? They aren't all coming to PT. There are way too many people out there. Physicians are only referring about 7% of patients who have back pain to PT. 55% of patients on opioid medications have had them because of back pain. Like, opioids are also a big problem, but who's giving out the opioids? I've been doing this for years. So years ago, I've been trying to figure out, like, how do I get around other people who are doing this and doing it well? So going to PPS and APTA CSM, I decided to put together a couple Cash PT social hours, where all the other physical therapy clinic owners who were doing it out of network or cash-based could get together and network. And then Greg Todd and Paul and I started talking, and we started working together to put the first few years of SSPT Live together. I started putting together my own events, my own private coaching events, masterminds, and boot camps. Then I had to go outside of the industry and start learning from people like Bedros Keuilian at Fitness Business Summit and Lewis Howes at his Summit of Greatness, and going and creating my own events and learning from outside the industry so I could come in and teach you exactly how to reach people and what they are saying. Because if you don't resonate with what the other conferences that are run by people who don't have businesses like yours are teaching, then what you need to do is you need to come to PT BizCon, because that's where you belong.